Hey fellow problem solvers, Colfax Math here. Today we have a stats normal distribution problem. I'm going to do it this way, and then after I'm done doing it on the board, I'm going to do it with a TI-84 graphing calculator and show you how to do the exact same thing. But understanding the picture is the big idea here. So let's say there are 2,000 people in my population. The average score on a test, X bar or mu, is equal to 80. You see both of those for average. And then the standard deviation, lowercase sigma, is equal to 5. The question is, if I randomly pick somebody in the class, what's the probability that their score is between 75 and 88? So what we need to do here is it's really two separate problems. The first thing I'm going to do is figure out how many scored below 88. So I want to figure out how many scored below 88. Two things about this normal distribution. The first is the sum of the area is equal to 100% or 1. The other is it is symmetrical over the line of the average 80. So my z-score at 88 is my x value, 88, minus my average, 80, divided by my standard deviation, 5. So I have 88 minus 80, 8 divided by 5. 5 goes into 8. One time with 3 left over to give me 1.6. So what percent is to the left of 88? I go to my z table, I look up 1.6 and I get 0.9452. So P of 1.6 is equal to 0.9452. Everything to the left of 88 is 0.9452. If they were symmetrical and I want to go between 72 and 88, I could just figure out this tail would be the same as this. But this 75 is only 5 units away from 80. So the 75 is a little bit closer into 80. So 75 is right here. My z value here is x minus x bar, negative 5, 75 minus 80, negative 5, divided by my standard deviation 5, giving me negative 1. I don't have a negative z table, so I have to look up positive z. So I'm going to look up positive z, get that z value, and then 1 minus p of z is going to give me p of negative z. So I'm going to look up positive 1, 1.0, I go down here, 1.0 is 0.8413. So P of positive 1 is 0.8413. I do Z is going to be 1 minus 0.8413, 16 or 15. 0.1587. So everything to the left of this is 0.1587. I don't want to know what's to the left of 88. I don't want to know what's to the left of 75. I want to know what is in between the two. So I only want to know the length of that mustard colored line right there. Well, if to the left is 0.9452, and to the left of 75 is 0.1587, I could subtract the green from the blue to get that mustard. So 0.9452 minus 0.1587 is 0.7865. If the question is, what's the probability of the 2,000 people scoring between 75 and 88, if I were to randomly pick somebody, it would be that 79%. So that's the answer. If the question instead said, how many people, then you would take that percentage and multiply by the 2,000 to get the number of people. Okay, let me show you how to do this on a graphing calculator really quick. Okay, the way I do this on a graphing calculator after it's on, I go right here to that blue button, distribution, so I hit blue distribution. That's going to come up right there. I'm going to scroll down to normal CDF. So I'm going to scroll down to normal CDF, cumulative distribution frequency, hit enter. The lower bound right here is going to be that 75, enter. The upper bound is going to be that 88, enter. The mean, they use mu here, the mean is 80, enter. The standard deviation is 5, hitting enter. And then under paste, I hit enter. There are my stats. I hit enter, and you can see the answer is 0.7865. So that's how you do it on a graphing calculator. It came up with that 0.8765, the same way as I did it with the z-table. But the big idea, before you use a graphing calculator, you really kind of need to understand these pictures and what the z-table is. Okay, thanks for watching.